Hi students, welcome back. We were discussing about the cash book, and here we have discussed the two column cash books. We have discussed some of the transactions on the debit side, means the receipts one. Then we have discussed some of the transactions on the credit side, which are the payments one. In this lecture, what we will discuss a bit new concept, the concept of the bank overdraft. Okay, so it is a very simple concept, it's not a complex concept, because the bank overdraft concept is also used in the bank reconciliation statement. So this cash book, either a single column or double column or two column cash book is there. So that is used basically for what? To prepare the bank reconciliation. To understand the bank reconciliation, we need the understanding of the cash book with the two columns, the cash in hand column and cash at bank column. So for this purpose, to understanding the two column cash book, we have a previous videos you can check on the channel. So if you see here, very simple one, that you have a balance, the debit balance, and here we have a credit side also. The debit means the receipt side is there and the credit means the payment side is there. We are just starting here, for example, that there's an opening balance of 5,000 cash in hand and $10,000 is available in the bank. Then you have a cash sales of 7,000, account receivable, some of the debtors, some of the customers paid you $3,000, so you are writing the receipt side. Now on the credit side, if we see, we have a salaries that is paid through the bank. You have paid through the check to the worker or to the manager, so $1,000 you have paid. Then you have paid some of the rent in the form of the cash, the hard cash is paid. So this is the now if we see here, we have $10,000 at the start of the month with us in the bank account, and $1,000 we have paid. So the total balance at the start of the month was how much? That was $10,000 in the bank account. Now, and $1,000 we have paid on any of the date, like a 10, 15, any other date. Like on the 2nd, you have paid the salary $1,000. It means the balance in your bank account is how much? That is almost $9,000. So we have an opening balance and there is no receipt and only one credit or one payment is there. So that is what? $1,000. So it means you have a balance of $9,000 in your bank account. Now, is it possible that you have to pay, for example, you have to pay for the purchases. You have to pay for the purchases of the goods. Let's say you are paying on the 15th and you pay through the check. Let's say the check number 1003 is there and you pay or you issue a check of $12,000. Okay, I hope you understood the concept that you have a $10,000 in the bank at the start of the month. $1,000 you have paid on the 2nd. So now on this date means on the 15th of this month, 15th of January, you have a balance of $9,000 in your bank account. So $10,000 was there, $1,000 you have already given the check. So it is expenses paid by the check. So it means $9,000 is available in your bank account. But you have issued a check of how much? 12,000. So what will be the effect? Means you have a balance of 9,000, but you are issuing the check of 12,000. In normal condition, in the normal circumstances, this 12,000 check will happen to be bounced. So what will happen to the check? It will be bounced or it will be dishonored, because we have a balance of 9,000, but you are issuing a check of 12,000. So obviously bank will not accept that check of 12,000 because you have a less money available in your bank account. So what will happen to the check? So it will be bounced, or it is called as the dishonored. So the bank will not give the person who is presenting the check of 12,000, they will not give. Either they will bounce the check you will not receive the money from the bank, or your supplier will not receive the money from the bank. So for this purpose, there is one solution. What is that solution? That you make an agreement with the bank for what? For the overdraft. Okay. Overdraft agreement with the bank. So what is that overdraft agreement? That you make an agreement that, for example, because you are a regular customer of the bank, the business is the regular customer of the bank, you say that sometime we have a less money in the bank account and we are expecting, like after 2-3 days, 5 days, 10 days, we are receiving 10,000-15,000 extra. So but now we need some extra amount. So how much extra you need? Like a $3,000. You make an agreement with the bank that up to $5,000 they are giving you the overdraft facility. Means you can withdraw 5,000 extra from your bank account. So this is just like a loan. So bank will make the agreement for that, and obviously for this service bank will charge you some of the interest. Now in this case, you have issued a check of 12,000, the balance was only 9,000. So it means if you want to ignore the bouncing, or if you want avoid the bouncing or the dishonor of the check, so what you have to do, you have to make the agreement with the bank of the overdraft. And bank, for example, agreed to give you the overdraft facility of how much? $5,000. So it means now you are using how much extra? 3,000 extra. So this check will not be dishonored, it will not be bounced, because you have an agreement with the bank. So 9,000 is already available. So 5,000 the bank is giving you the facility. So it means 9 plus 5, almost for $14,000 you can issue the check. Even you have a $9,000 available in the bank, but still you can issue a check of $14,000. So this is the overdraft facility, and obviously it is not free. So this for extra 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, how much we are withdrawing from our bank account. So for that, bank is charging you the interest. So that interest will be the overdraft facility. So we call it as simply the OD. You may have heard in the daily life that someone has an OD balance or someone has an OD facility. So OD means the overdraft facility or the overdraft agreement. So now you have a 9,000 in your bank account and you have issued a check of 12,000. So there's no issue. Why there's no issue? Because you have a balance in your bank account, 9,000 plus $5,000 facility you have. So up to 14,000 there is no problem. So you can easily issue the check. It will not be dishonored. It will not be bounced by the bank. So this is the concept. But what will be the effect of this thing on your balance in the bank? So you have a 10,000 here on the debit side, but on the credit side you have almost 13,000. So it means you have how much extra you have? 10,000 and 13, so 3,000 you have a credit balance. So your normal balance in the cash account or cash at bank account is normally the debit balance, but in that case your balance will not be normal balance, it will be a credit balance. So your balance in the bank will be how much? It will be $3,000 as the credit balance, or simply you can say it is the overdraft balance, or we can call it as the negative balance, or we can call it as the liability, because you have to pay to the bank how much extra? 3,000. You have 10,000 in the bank, 1,000 already deducted, so 9,000, and then you have 12,000 again, so 13,000 you have withdrawn from the bank, but the balance was how much? Only 10,000. So 3,000 will be considered as your credit balance, overdraft balance, negative balance, or the liability balance. So that 3,000 is the credit balance in your bank account. So it will be liability, and liability obviously in the statement of financial position or in the balance sheet we will write as in the current asset. No, not current asset, sorry, it will be current liability. So it will be written as the current liability in your bank. Okay, so for $3,000 you have to pay to the bank. So in the current liability you will write the bank overdraft of $3,000. So this is the concept, that if you have a less money in the bank account and you are issuing a check which is more than the balance, so in that case what you can do, you can have an agreement with the bank. So that agreement will save you. So it will not bounce your checks. So bank is giving you facility of $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 up to your agreement. So $5,000 if the agreement is there. So now you can issue a check above the balance. So in that case, your balance will be overdraft balance or negative balance, or what we say the credit balance or the liability balance in your bank account. But cash in hand balance can never be a negative or overdraft, because if we have like 15,000 here, you cannot pay more than 15,000. Maximum you can pay is 15,000. So the balance, the maximum balance in your cash account can be a zero balance, but not a negative or not a credit balance. So it is not possible. So cash account, cash in hand account is normally has a debit balance or maximum like a zero balance, but the cash at bank can have a debit balance, the positive balance, or even in the case we have a credit balance or negative balance if we have a overdraft facility. Hope you have understood the concept. We have discussed about the overdraft balance, the cash in hand normal balance, cash at bank normal balance, or the cash at bank overdraft facility. So they are the transactions, maybe debit or the credit balances are there. Cash in hand always has a debit balance. Cash at bank can have a debit balance, or even in that case it can be a credit balance if we are availing the overdraft facility. Okay, so I hope you have understood the concepts, but still if you have any doubt, if you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you very much.